For you, based on the last game, what does the response game look like for your group?
Well, we know it's going to be a tough game. I thought their team played pretty well, and we made some mistakes. So I think try to clean up some of the mistakes we made, and know that we're in for a heck of a game.
Is Miles Wood available?
Miles is not available.
So I would assume that means someone like Sherwood drawing.
Yeah, Sherwood will go in tonight.
And what do you need to see from him in terms of, who he is as a player for you guys right now?
Just a good play in all three zones. Play well away from the puck. And, I think when you look at his game, once he gets in the offensive zone, it's try to find the holes and look to utilize the shot he's got.
Was it his play away from the puck one of the reasons why he came out?
That is part of it. I think we've been determined to clean up that part of our game, and it was part of the game that he's been working on, that he has to be more diligent with.
What are the conversations that you have with him while he is out as he gets ready to get himself in? We've seen so many players really benefit from that timeout.
Well, I think the person that has probably spent the most time with him has been Sergey. I had a relationship with him. I think he understands that, some parts of his game needed to be better. And I think it's happened with other players. He ended up out of the lineup, and we played well, and it's hard to get back in. So I think it put yourself in a position where it's going to be really hard to take you out again.
Lindy, this is not a playoff series. It'll be far different a month from now. But first two games of this series at home, you lose the one in somewhat of an uninspiring way. Are there any lessons that this team has to learn, like, hey, next month's going to be different. You can't lose one. You have to win the second, and you better play inspired hockey the rest of the way.
I can tell you don't want to lose any of them. I think there's a lot of ways that you can win. There's a lot of ways you can lose. What we didn't like is the way we lost. We had a power play that could have got us some momentum, and we gave up a shorthanded goal that we didn't like. It gave them some life to that point. We had pretty good energy, and I think the message is to stay with what makes us successful. Play with speed, get in behind them, stay on the puck. I thought there was a period from about 30 minutes on where it was just flat. It was just kind of two teams getting in each other's zone, nobody really taking a chance, and nobody creating too much.
And Leslie, today with no morning skate, is it part of just a plan to keep guys fresher at this point of the year?
Yeah, I think it's something our other coaches have tried with their teams, and we look at it that maybe at this time of the year to change up the routine a little bit instead of coming to the rink twice. Just get here once. It's a little bit more like a road routine. Road record's good. I think this is the time of year where you've got to be open to changing things up a little bit just with the number of games. And you look at the schedule, and we're going to play this one and then go into back-to-back. So I think it's an opportunity to keep the players fresh.
Lindy, is there anything that you've noticed when reviewing some of the late-in period goals against, or anything in particular you're emphasizing late in periods?
No, haven't. No, not at all. I think it's goals you don't like, but it's really a lot of those are individual type of plays. So it's not one thing that has caused them. And I think it's something that when you look at it, if it was based on a forecheck or based on a neutral zone defense and everyone was the same, you could say, well, we got an issue with this. But they've all been different.
McKenzie status quo?
Yeah, McKenzie's doing good. Skated this morning, had another good day, so he's progressing.
Nathan Bastion available?
Nate is not, no.
Yesterday's morning skate, was there any new focus on what you guys have been doing, or was it just more like let's sharpen what we've been doing on the regular?
No, basically working on what has been our strength, and we're just going to continue to work on that.